Today's first telly guest is a telly legend, and while you might not know his face, you almost certainly know his work. And Russ, I've got to say, it's such an honour to talk to you this afternoon. Thanks so much for this. Why have you decided to do something about the AIDS crisis now, at this point?
It took me this long, I think. I mean, some people wrote things straight away in 1983, and more power to them, but I think maybe I was in its shadow. It was such a vast thing, and also it's the only upbringing I ever had, as an 80s and a 90s in which young men around me would drop dead. So it took me a while to turn around and stare at it. And also, I'm kind of glad I wrote it when I'm a bit older, because maybe I got a bit more skills. Maybe I've learned a bit. Maybe I've learned how to tell a story. And it's something I had to do. I would have gone to my deathbed profoundly unhappy with myself if I hadn't told this story, because it's an honour to remember those lives.
I've got to say, I think you most definitely can tell a story, Russell. I think we're all agreed on that. But when it comes to your own experiences of that time, do you weave that into this series?
Oh, always. I mean, you kind of do that whatever you're writing. If I'm writing Rose Tyler flying off in the TARDIS, I feel like me at 6 years old wanting to fly off in the TARDIS. But this is very crucially, I think, do you know, look around this table, all of us, I think we've all lost people, haven't we? I bet we've all lost someone to AIDS over the years. And those beautiful lives, those beautiful boys and women lost as well. It's so... to get a chance now, it's an honour. It's honestly an honour. It sounds pretentious when I say it, but I get the chance to write this series. And so I have put my life into it. I've put my friends into it. I think almost every line that's spoken in this drama, you could get a little tape measure and follow it back through time and find the friend that said it to me. All the dialogue is channeling and funneling those boys that I knew. Yeah. Great times.
I watched the first episode, Russell, and honestly, you know what's coming and your heart almost starts breaking.
Oh, that cast. Oh, that
Russell. Cast. I know, it's so lovely to see you on Loose Women. And we were talking about, you said that, you know, it's almost a love letter to the people, the friends that you lost and the friends that were at the heart of this. And one of those friends, of course, is the lovely Jill Nolder. I worked with her many, many years ago. Jill, who won't be on Facebook.
That is my friend Jill. We belonged to the West Glamorgan Youth Theatre together when I was 14, she was 16, and if only we could have been boyfriend and girlfriend, but fate would not allow that to be. And she would have been my girlfriend. She's absolutely beautiful. And Jill lived that life. I was a bit of a swotty student. I went away and read books. Jill went to London. She lived that life like these characters on screen. She lived in a flat she called the Pink Palace, but she did the work. She was there. As you know, the first people to become activists were the West End. Yep. The West End rose up because it was the chorus boys who were dying. That was the first sign. And before the government took action, before society took action, it was the West End raising money. And Jill and all of you, it was the actors doing it. That's why in It's a Sin, 2 of the characters are actors. And I've invented musicals and TV shows for them to appear in, fake TV shows, just to show... Actually, I wanted to show how beautiful those lives are.
Absolutely. And Jill has a part herself. Jill has a part herself playing the mother of the character who has the Pink Palace.
She plays I invented a fictional character called Jill. I couldn't even change her name. It was so much like Jill that I couldn't call her Alison or Sarah. And then we got Jill in to play her own mother in typical camp Jill fashion. When I phoned her up to offer the part, she was singing Les Miserables on a cruise ship just off Malta in a storm.
Of course she was.
Class.
Russell, I just wanted to ask you, because you recently said that you didn't think that gay roles should be played by straight actors, and it caused a bit of an online furore, should I say. Were you surprised by that reaction?
A bit of a stir. I would happily defend that position. I'm sorry if I do think this programme is about HIV and AIDS, and there are experts who work in the field of HIV and AIDS who would die to be on Loose Women in a slot like this. So I'm sorry if that has upstaged it slightly. And also, genuinely never meant to upstage actors who play straight actors. It's the system I was looking at, and just, this is the way I've run this show. And it's my job to look for something new, to make things in a new way, and to try and find new way to do things. And I'm very, I would really say, come along, look at this show. I think it's got an energy. I think it's got a uniqueness. Maybe it works. Maybe not. I might be wrong.
Did you find it tricky to write because it was a subject so sort of close to your heart?
That's exactly it. I'm quite a fast writer, and I tend to sit here and bash things out. And that first episode had to be dragged out to me over about 6 months. I normally take about 2 weeks. It took 6 months to. There were blocks. I had blocks. I mean, I sat here crying and thinking about those people. And also then I had to rebuild it. I thought, I don't want to make a series in which everyone cries. I don't want to drive viewers away. I want to make this as fun and as lively and as entertaining as those boys' lives were. So yeah, I kind of had to deconstruct myself and then build myself back up. But our cast is so, it's my job to say this, but really, I mean, you've seen them. They're absolutely beautiful.
I mean, they are gorgeous. They are talented. Your writing, as ever, Russell, just beautiful. And as you said, so many of us have been, we know people who have, died from AIDS. My French tutor when I was younger did. So it was just wonderful to see this, and for a whole new generation of kids to understand what happened, why it happened, and what impact it had on thousands and thousands of gay men and lesbians, as you have talked about before, impacted them during the 80s and 90s. But Russell, thank you so much for talking to us, and everyone's got to watch it because it's absolutely wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Okay.